Hey YouTube, and thank you for watching Junkworks DIY Garage. Well, it is time for another update on these solar lights from Harbor Freight. Not sure exactly what the last thing I did was, and I've done a few videos, and one of which I haven't even put up yet, maybe two. But regardless, it is November of 2021, the beginning part of November. I don't know what the exact date is, to be honest. But I'm going to do a little update here and just kind of tell you what I think of these lights. This will probably be one of the last ones I do until I get some more lights, which I may. We'll see. But regardless, I will say the cheapest one that's here, right here, when I first got it, it took a while for it to, I guess, come into its own. But since I've had this one, and at first the battery seemed to die real quick on it a little bit, but now it always works. This thing has not stopped working other than the first few glitches I had with it for some reason. Don't know why, but it keeps working. But it's not super bright unless you're right in front of it, and then it brightens up. But it works, it does a good job, and I'm very happy with it. The next one I got was this one right here. And as you can see, yet again, I don't know if I've talked about this in the past, when it rains, and unfortunately this is the time of year when I need these to work, but yet this is what's in the sky a lot of the time. But when it rains, this one for some reason gets moisture or something in it, and it just stays on. Now I can shut it off and let it sit for a while, and then come out some night and reset it, and it'll work for a day or two, and then it goes right back to just coming on all the time, all summer long. Okay, here's the video I didn't put up, and I don't know if I'm going to, is I actually sealed all this with caulk, and the light around here in the back and stuff, I just sealed it the best I could. And back here in the box, I sealed that up. Just did whatever I could to seal it up, because I figured it was every time it rained, so it must just be moisture. And it worked fine all summer long, even when it rained. But now I've come out the last couple days and it's just always on. So then it runs the battery down by the time night comes, and it doesn't come on. Now you'll notice I have 3 solar panels, which this one I need to do a better job of making it where it needs to be. We had a huge windstorm, and it actually flipped that one around, which goes to this one, and this was kind of upside down, and that one stayed good. Yet again, the little cheap one is the best one so far. But regardless, so we'll go to the third one. I would say I'm happy with the light this puts out, but it really hasn't been, I can't count on it. We'll put it that way. If you need one that you can just count on one, you can't count on it. And I don't think I'd have 2 of these either, because that one works most of the time when this one doesn't. So I would have 2 different ones. Which brings me to the third one, which is similar to the last one, but it is, I believe, LED. Has different bulbs. It's fairly bright. I still don't think quite as bright as that one over there, but bright enough. And it, as you can see, I put on my RV, and I made it so I can disconnect it, and I'll unscrew that from there, and I'll throw that on my awning when my awning's up in a sunny space. And I've so far been camping once with it, and it worked fine. It was very rainy, so we didn't go outside by the campfire a whole lot at night. We mostly did it in the morning. But I did notice also, I ended up switching it off at night, because when animals or whatever would go by, it would come on and go off and come on and go off, and well, that's where we're sleeping. Although we have a sun shade that stops it from getting in there. You know, it just kind of, I could notice it. I'm not a real heavy sleeper. So anyways, so I may either change where this is at some point on the trailer, or fix it so I make sure that no light can get through. But regardless, it worked good. This one, yet again, you can flip it on and just have light when you want it. So at night in the campsite, if you or doing a few things, you can flip that on and see what you're doing, which is nice. That one over there, the second one, also has all this same stuff as this one. It looks basically identical, just with a different light. But I have been fairly happy with this one. Yet again, it had some growing pains at first. It was staying on sometimes, or it was not coming on at all. I did realize where I had that solar panel, because I didn't really want to mount it like I had those ones, so I just kind of set it over here, or had it somewhere over here, and it wasn't getting sun. I noticed I came out and there was tons of sun on the two, and not on this one, was kind of blocked. So that's why I moved it over there, and quite honestly, since I've moved it over there, it has been working. So, and it's been working when it rains or shines. So I'll say for now anyways, I'm happy with this one and haven't had any problems once I figured out where to put the solar panel at. Now the other big thing is that when we're here, I like it here because it lights the walkway over to my mom's place. So it's nice to have it here, but don't go driving off with it hooked up. But also I make sure before I drive, I have a thing that tells me, make sure I put it on my steering wheel. I'll have to show that and do a video of that someday. But anyways, it's a list of things that I need to make sure before I drive off with my trailer that are buttoned up. Maybe I'll show that to you one of these days. But anyways, I make sure this is off. I'll make sure that's unhooked, and it goes right in there. And then when we get to camp, I stick it right back up. It does just easily pull off and stick back on. So very simple. All right, well, there you go. Hopefully this was helpful to somebody. I would say that one so far is a good one, but it's the newest one, so time will tell. But I have had that one for probably close to a year now. This one is probably the least countable. I can't count on it as much. I don't know why the words aren't coming out, but I can't count on this one as much. Dependable, that's the word. It's the least dependable, but it has the most light, I still think. This one is the most dependable. It keeps on working, and it doesn't have a lot of light, but it does do the job. So there you go. Now you know. Thanks for watching Junkworks DIY Garage, where I'm proud to say I'm a jack of all and master of none. You all have a good one.